And
Okay, love you.
I love you too, sweetie.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, well, whatever.
that was a scene from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills with our guest who's been on the show before. That was the voice of Charlie Sheen and their lovely daughter, Sam. That was Sam, right?
Yeah.
That was Sam, and I saw this clip on the show, and I was like, damn it, they go through the same things I've been through because I have a daughter, and I remember when she became of age and, and thinking how I would react to her going out with other guys.
Right.
And it's funny, I took the same stance as Charlie did. Like, I would say, hey, you know what? I trust your judgment. If you think they're cool, they're cool.
What age did you let her do that?
20.
Okay.
Damn.
Our daughter's 14.
Oh, she's 14?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, nah.
Right. Too young,
What was wrong with Charlie? What was
I
he
don't
thinking?
know. That's why I said whatever.
So did she get to go on a date?
Well, you'll have to wait and see the show.
Oh, you just
We're teasing here.
Denise Richards is here, ladies.
Denise, you better sell your show. Shit.
So wait a minute.
Thank you.
So you didn't date till you were 16?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to date till I was 16.
Did you communicate with boys, or did you?
Yes, no, I did. Yeah, no, I know. I know she's communicating, but obviously we didn't have cell phones back then, so they would have to call the house.
Oh shit, that's right.
Right?
So everybody know they calling.
Yeah, no, it's different.
Yeah. What do you think would happen? What's your biggest fear?
I picked that age because that was the age I had to be, and I think it's. I don't want. Obviously, the boys can't drive right now, and I don't want her going with a boy that can drive right now because she's 14. So, I don't know. I just think that. I don't mind group situations of them hanging out, but I just don't want her dating yet.
Is it different, like, if it was a son? Because some people are more, like, lenient with their boys than they are with their girls.
I think I still would want to wait until he was old enough to properly take a girl out on a real date.
Okay.
Go to Chuck E. Cheese.
No.
I want, and I told our daughter, I said, when you can date, we'll have to meet him and know where you're going and that kind of thing. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, it is. I'm not a parent, but it's funny because my mother sort of said the same thing, but she would just go to these extremes, and I'm trying to figure out what is the biggest fear with parents. Because my mother, I would say, "Oh, Ma, I'm going to the movies with David." She's like, you better not get pregnant. And it's like, how do the movies turn into pregnant? Like, it was just
well,
these
they
big.
can quickly.
Well, is that the biggest
I don't know.
fear?
I just know what my parents did, and I thought, okay, well, that's the age. I'll tell my kids. But I like I said, I don't mind if they go in group situations.
Yeah.
I don't know, and maybe I'm screwing up doing that even. Or I should let her go, but I want her like a real date where a boy comes and picks her up and takes her out. I think. At least 16, because as I said, I don't want her dating someone 2 or 3 years old. That's a big difference in high school. I think.
Yeah.
You don't want to get taken advantage of.
Of course.
That's what you
don't come home pregnant.
You don't want to get taken advantage of.
But it's hard parenting.
Yeah. Ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Especially hard when you're parenting and you're parenting on TV.
You
know what I mean? Like you guys, y'all parent on TV. And then that's a whole nother variable too. We're adults, so we could deal with all the fanfare and all that. But how have your children dealt with being in front of the camera?
Well, so far they've just done few pieces, and I've told them if they want to be on, they can. If they don't, there's no pressure. So the times that they want to film, they're there. If not, I get it. But they like that their friends and their friends' parents also watch this show. But there's some things obviously I don't want the kids to see on the show as we go along about myself. So,
like what? What is it that they can't see?
Well, sometimes when you get a group of women talking and we don't censor ourselves all the time. It's not for children to listen to.
Do you mind if they like watch? You've done Playboy, you've done Wild Things. Do you mind if they see those?
Oh God, no! I don't want them seeing that.
Oh snap!
Ever?
No.
Really?
No, I do not want my daughters seeing Wild Things.
Ever?
I never even talked to them about it. I don't.
Wow.
Why not? It was within a controlled environment.
I think if they're maybe when they're older, but still they're still young. Like they're 14, you shouldn't really watch it yet anyway, I think. But yeah, no, it's something you just don't want your kids seeing that. For me, I don't want my kids seeing me have a threesome on film. Yeah. It's very risque.
That might be pushing the envelope a little
gonna
bit.
be-
I see where you're going with this. I see where you're going with this, right?
And one of them was the teacher at school, so.
Yeah. You don't want to put no thoughts in their head. I get it.
Their brains aren't developed yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I don't want them to have that visual of their mother.
Okay, good point. Good
Mom,
point.
I can't date, but you let me watch one.
I know.
Well, what is
Yeah, you
this
can
thing?
watch this.
Just living in your shadow.
Yeah,
All right,
I know.
I see Aaron. Is it Aaron? Yeah,
Aaron, yes.
Yeah, I see him on the show, and he just looks like, like he's like, look, I'm here, but hey, I'm not trying to do too much.
Yeah.
But what I like about it is hearing Charlie on the show, seeing Aaron on the show. You guys obviously have gotten to a good place where you guys got kids from different folks as well, that you could live like a blended family, right? How was that process for you guys getting to that point?
For Charlie and I?
Yeah.
Well, I've always wanted to keep things good and peaceful from day one, but it takes two people.
Yeah.
So there were times where, he was sideways and couldn't, and times that he's good. So I just would wait it out and, find good moments.
You just
He's
wait.
got patience.
You got some patience right there. You never knew if the good moment would come back.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so, every time, but I've always maintained wanting to keep the peace because our daughters didn't deserve or, anything negative. And I don't think kids should be privy to anything going on with parents that are going through divorce. In my opinion, I think you got to keep things so they don't ever feel like they're in the middle of anything or feel insecure. So I always wanted them to know that I love their dad and, always here for them and supportive of their relationship with them.
Get that a round of applause. You don't hear that enough. Shit. And tell Aaron he's solid too, man.
Yeah, he has a good relationship with Charlie too.
Does he really? They hang out? Do they hang out?
They don't hang out, but
Okay.
they're very cordial and very friendly with each other, which is nice. We've
Would-
gone to dinner together though with the
like
kids.
with the kids.
Yeah.
And Aaron and Charlie would bring
His girlfriend at the time, yeah.
Okay. At the time, I like
At the
it.
time. I actually
It
really
is what it
liked her
is.
too.
She was a keeper, right?
Yeah, I liked her a lot.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
you
well.
know. How many have you met? How many girls?
Oh, you couldn't even count.
Damn it, really?
Lying.
You know what?
Gosh.
I was gonna ask about that, to be honest, because normally we see like the mothers having to work together to come to an understanding and be okay with being around the families. Like we've heard a lot about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett and how they did their blended family situation, but we never really hear how the fathers really have to go through it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They have to come to some sort of like level-headed understanding. Like, hey, I'm cool, we're good. Did they have to go through that phase where they maybe sat down or something like that?
Aaron called Charlie when we were getting married to let him. He wanted him to hear it from him, and out of respect for him and our daughters, knowing that he was going to be the stepfather, and they had a really great conversation, and it was good.
So it was never no rockiness.
No,
That's good.
yeah,
Nothing
it was
there.
good.
That's good, man. I like that. I like them both. I like that when the dudes could get together. And the
Yeah.
lions are not ripping off their manes for no apparent reason, right? Denise Richards is here. She's making her debut as Shauna Fulton on The Bold and the Beautiful April 4th. We're going to come back and talk about that. 888-742-3345. Give us a call.
We'll always be friends.
I'll go for that. Well, chances are we'll never see each other again. We'll be millions of light years away from each other. But, yeah, sure, why not?
That was 1997.
I was like, "What is that?"
She was looking around like, what are
I
we
know.
playing?
I'm like, oh,
That's Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
Took me a
man.
few
Your
minutes.
movie. Denise Richards is here. Give a big round of applause. Out of all the stuff you've done, from Undercover Brother to Drop Dead Gorgeous to even now, The Bold and the Beautiful, or even doing reality TV, which has been your favorite piece of work that you've been in?
I really mostly, looking back at all that, remember what happened behind the scenes and where I was in my life. That's the stuff that stands out.
Okay.
And Starship Troopers, I had one of the best times doing that movie. We filmed for 6 months. We were all at the same level in our career. No one knew who we were, and we were just so excited to be there, and we became really good friends with each other. So that's the stuff that I really remember doing more than the actual work.
movies?
Yeah, in the movies.
So I can name a movie, and you could tell me what was going on in your life at that time.
Well, or behind
the scenes.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Undercover Brother.
Oh, that was a fun one.
Okay.
Especially her name in the film.
Yeah, no, that one was very hard to keep a straight face filming.
The whole
All
time.
the guys were so much fun. Dave Chappelle was amazing and just hilarious all the time. But we were in Toronto, and we may have gotten in trouble going to a strip bar too.
Okay. All right. Did you tip the dancers, Denise?
Well, you have to.
Yeah. Hello. Some rules.
But no, that was a fun movie, and I loved working with all the guys on it.
Okay. Denise Richards is hanging out. I want to ask you, because when we've all worked in TV to some extent or another. When you do reality TV now, what's different about it? Because I know a lot of times, I don't know with this particular show, but other shows, you kind of get a scenario thrown at you, and people kind of act out through that scenario. With this one, how do you guys come up?
That's how I thought it was going to be,
Yeah.
and it's not.
Okay.
It is just like, all right, we're all on vacation, we're going to be at dinner, and then stuff starts coming up, but they don't. I thought it was going to be softly scripted, to be honest with you, because I thought there's no way they fight all the time like this in real life, but they do. So it's not scripted at all. So the weird thing for me to get used to was us going to restaurants, because unscripted, there's extras and people involved in the project, whatever. But there's real people there watching us and videotaping, and it's a hard thing to get used to block it out and think, okay, now everyone's fighting and other people are having dinner while everyone's arguing at the table. That was the biggest thing for me to get used to, I think.
Do you censor yourself knowing you're on camera, even though it's reality TV?
Right.
Like, I'm not going to say that shit. Or...
No, I'm pretty open and honest. That's why when I decided to do the show, I want to be myself,
Okay. So you don't hold back on nothing, like, because you seem real tempered on it. Like, you're not.
Well,
I'm
in the
not going to
beginning,
jump in that fight.
Yeah, because I didn't know the ladies, and when we went even to the Bahamas, I was only filming for a week, so there was a lot of stuff I didn't even know what was going on, and I was really confused about it. But so I didn't feel like it was my place to step in because I'm just getting to know them.
Does any of the cast members, it seem like you rub them the wrong way? Anybody don't like you?
I don't know. We all get along. I mean, I don't know. We'll see as it goes along. Sometimes in those confessionals, people say certain things, but we all get along pretty good.
Okay, you seem easy to get. Doesn't
Yeah.
it seem like
He
you
I want a
unrattled?
cocktail, Denise.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
But is it because you've been through so much though that you're just so, or were you always this balanced?
Well, I like to have fun, and you get a group of women, you're on vacation. It's like, what? I'm not going to just start a fight to start a fight. If someone comes up to me and says something, it's also, it can't always be that. Otherwise, it's like, why the hell do we hang out with each other?
That's true.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think if someone, like, say, threw a drink in your face, do you have a good punch? Like, does Denise Richards
yes,
have a
I
good
do.
punch? Okay.
I could do
You've
that.
had a physical fight before? Like you've had a fisticuff fight before? Denise, you ain't never been punched in the nose.
I've never been punched in the nose.
Okay, so you ain't never had a real
face.
fight. You ain't had a.
Denise, I know you're saying that you're getting to know these ladies more as the show progresses and it goes on. I'm just curious though, do you guys like hang out when the cameras aren't rolling while you're shooting the season, or is that encouraged or discouraged?
Sometimes they don't want us to, but if we want to, we can, but they would prefer to wait until, put it on film, whatever goes on. But like Teddy's coming into town today too, so I'm having dinner with her tonight. It's off. Obviously, we wrapped this season, but I've really become friends with them too, and hang out and stay in touch, even though we're not filming.
Denise Richards is here with us.
So you spoke about your daughter dating and things like that, but what about because your two kids that you have with Charlie, being that they have two parents who are famous and in film and TV, would you let them go into Hollywood, or do they have aspirations to become actors?
I definitely wouldn't want to stop them, because I wouldn't have wanted my parents to stop me. If that's what I want them to follow their passion and dreams. And our daughter, our youngest daughter, was our middle daughter, so I have 3 kids.
Right.
She, I think, would want to pursue it. Our oldest daughter, I don't think so.
Sam ain't
But I
tripping
wouldn't
on
want
it.
to stop her.
Right.
Denise Richards is here, ladies and gentlemen, hanging out with us. Woo! Who is Shauna Fulton?
I am just now discovering who she really is. I've started to get some scripts. I start filming again this week, but she has a very colorful, wild past, I would say.
Okay.
But they haven't told me too much about her.
They haven't. Okay.
No.
So you got it. So do you get to create who she is? They just give you the premise, or?
We talked about the character, and they are pretty open too. But he gave me an idea of what she's like, and I thought that would be cool. I'd love to play someone fun and have fun with the character too. So far the stuff's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay, Denise Richards. Before you go, we got this thing. Acting, is that your passion? Would you say?
I love acting.
Yeah, I could tell when you talk about it. It's like it's just obviously it's something you've done majority of your life, but that's your favorite thing to do is acting.
With work, yes.
With work,
yeah.
Without work, what is it?
I mean, I'm a family girl.
Okay.
I love being with my family.
Okay. Denise ain't got a whole lot of fire rockets going on. It's just like, yeah, you cook too? You cook?
I do cook.
God damn. I mean, shit. All right, cool. So, listen, we got this thing we do called the Mystery Sack for our guests. And Denise, welcome to it.
Go ahead and reach in.
Dig deep, dig deep.
Put your hands into Sway's sack.
That sounds gross.
Easy, Denise.
It's Sway's Mystery Sack on Shade 45.
Have the beat.
All right, Denise. So you're going to stick your hand into Sway's sack.
Okay.
You're going to pull out 3 questions, one at a time.
Okay.
Have to read it out loud, and you got to answer honestly.
Okay.
All right? Dig deep.
Good luck.
If you could get the best butt job done for free, would you take up the offer or pass? I would pass. I would not have plastic surgery on my ass. I couldn't.
You're the first.
One of the very few.
We have a first. Good for you. Really?
Pass on the
I
ass.
mean, what if it turns out bad?
Crazy.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
All right.
Nobody thinks about when they're older. Like when you 80 and your butt is foul, like that has to be crazy, right? Too.
A foul bud.
At 80.
Okay. If you discover the love of your life after 5 dates just to find out he spent the first 15 years of his life as a female, would you try to work it out or leave? If it was the love of my life, I would stay.
It would stay.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. No fake ass. Would stay. Okay. It's a third question.
All right, last one.
All right.
Who came up with all these questions?
Oh,
We can't
Denise,
tell.
we can't assist.
Okay. What was your lowest and highest moment of 2018? Well, my highest was I got married.
Okay, good.
Nice.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Aaron, what up, baby? I
And my lowest, I would say, is the whole fire situation because we were very affected. And it was quite traumatic.
Yeah.
It was the worst fire I've ever seen. So I would say that.
How close did it burned all of your property or was affected?
We had smoke damage. We were out for 9 weeks, but just evacuating was very scary because the fires were coming down, quite fast. And it took us 5 hours to get down PCH. I don't know if you know PCH very well.
Pacific Coast Highway,
It was
guys.
not easy. So I would say that.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That must have been ironic because PCH has the best view ever.
Yes.
And that was smothered with fires, right?
It was, and to see all the people that lost their homes and affected and people up north, it was terrible. So.
Okay, well, you made it through. You're here
We
today.
made it
Okay,
through.
Denise Richards. All right, don't forget The Bold and the Beautiful. April 4th, that's on CBS. Real Housewives on Beverly Hills. Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on Bravo. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
It was fun.
Thank you. Cool. Come back anytime.
Thank you.
Up next, we got former welterweight champion Tyron Woodley. I was just at the fight. I watched my buddy lose his championship belt this past weekend in the UFC. And I haven't seen him since, so I'm trying to figure out what do I do. Heather wants me to ask him what happened and how
He got his ass beat.
Oh, come on.
Like, Denise, shouldn't Sway as a friend, as a buddy, what happened? I flew all the way out to Vegas to see you get mollywopped. Shouldn't Sway ask him what happened?
I don't know. I would say maybe next time it'll be better. He might be feeling a little bad. I don't know.
All right, we're going to see. All right. Denise Richards, thank you.
Count, boy.